Good morning and welcome back. My name is Kim and I am documenting my husband's journey with upper tract urothelial carcinoma. Excuse me, I got some technical issues and we also have a thunderstorm going on. So if I lose you, that's why. I just wanted to do a quick update. The last little clip that I put up was just to let you know that he's been having some bad days, but that's to be expected. We know that there are going to be bad ones. He has more good days than bad, and I think a lot of what's going on right now is just the overall experience of the BCG. 6 treatments, that's a lot to endure, but he made it through and we're done with that. So now we're going to wait approximately 3 months for this to all take effect, to see if it's going to work, if it's not going to work, or what. So today's a pretty good day for him. He's up and about. We've already lost power once this morning, and that's typical here in Florida when the rain showers go through. As you can see in the background is part of our front yard. I think you can see the neighbors across the street, which thankfully they take care of their yard. So it's crapshoot around here sometimes. But I'm coming to you today from the nautical room. This is where my grandson stays when he comes to town, and we spiffed it up just for him. So I'm trying to get the best lighting. This house, the windows are, as you can see, they're older crank-out type, and the front part of the house, now the back part of the house has the impact windows, but these windows are the old crank-outs, but this room so far seems to have the best lighting, so I think this is where I'm going to stick it at. My equipment. I also wanted to give you an update on my dilemma with getting into a gastro doctor. It has been a merry-go-round. But my doctor sent the referral on May the 20th. And it is now June 21st. That's hail. We just put a new roof on. That's big hail. But anyway, she sent the referral in on the 20th, and I've been waiting ever since. It's now been a month. So I called my doctor's office. I've called them several times. And so I went in there. I went to the gastro doctor's office that they sent the referral to. I went in there last week, and she proceeded to tell me that they had a stack this high of referrals that had not been gone through yet, and that I would just have to wait, and that the earliest they would be able to see me would be September. And I told them I can't wait till September. That's just, I'll go to the ER if I have to. I can't wait till September. So I left there, and yesterday, before I went to the gym, I stopped at my doctor's office. I needed my B12 shot, so I got that, and I told them the dilemma, and so they looked at my chart, which I had already done that also, and they saw that they had sent the referral 4 times. Well, while I was in there, the gastro doctor called, or their reception area called, and said that they had never even received a referral. So I went back into my doctor's office because I was sitting in the parking lot waiting, and I went back in and I told them, I said, hey, Lydia, they said they didn't get it. I said, so let's just go with a different doctor. She said, well, you understand you may have to wait another week or so. I said, well, this doctor's going to make me wait till September as it is, so let's do it. So now I'm waiting on a second doctor to call to get me in. And, and I told the receptionist, I said, Lydia, I'm pretty much 100% liquid now. And I said, everything I eat it's not digesting. It either, well, I'm not going to go into the graphic details, but it's not digesting. I'll just put it that way. It's just not. So today my drink of choice is a blueberry banana smoothie, and I can keep these down. Actually, I can keep these down. But when you're on a diet like this, there's very little that tastes good. So that encompassed with the fact that I had my second COVID shot, which I will never do again. Never ever do it again. I was sick. I was deathbed sick. I really thought I was going to die one night. I got the shot. It would be 2 weeks. Well, it was 1 week this past Saturday. By Sunday evening, I was sick. By Saturday evening, I didn't feel right. I just felt off, and my arm was horrible as far as soreness. And so by Sunday night, I was on the couch sick, and I started hallucinating. I started a major headache, worse than any migraine I've ever had, set in. And again, I won't go into graphic details, but I had stuff coming out of all the parts of my body. I even had eye drainage. I had nose drainage. I was sick. And I ended up in my bathtub with the shower running, and I just laid there in and out of consciousness. And I'm not exaggerating any of this at all. I don't like to be sick. I don't like anything about it. So when I say I was in and out of consciousness, I was. And I probably should have went to the ER, but I couldn't get out of the bathtub. I have no idea how long I was in that tub. No idea. But I did finally manage, and you might ask, where was Clay? We have a huge home, and where I was at and from where he was at, there was no way he could have heard me. Absolutely no way. And I didn't even have the energy to call out. So I just wrote it myself, and I finally was able to get out of the bathtub and get back to the couch. Was only maybe 10 feet. And the fever started. I went up to 100, I think it was 102 at one point. And I managed to get back to the bathroom, and I got a wet cloth and I just draped it over my head, and it seemed to help. But this lasted for 3 days. Not the in and out of consciousness, but the sickness lasted for 3 days. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I will never do it again. And the only reason, and I'm not looking for no hate, but the only reason I took these shots was for Clay. And he didn't ask me to, but when you have an immune system that's compromised, you can't be bringing anything into the home. And that's why I have been very, very cautious. I've been very picky about who comes into our home, because if he should get anything like that, it would kill him. So that's the only reason I did it, but I will not do it again. He's on his own as far as COVID goes. And any experimental treatments, no, I'm not doing it. And I talked about the chemo, and I'm not for chemo. This is another thing I'm not for. I'm not for this COVID shot. I don't believe in it. Like I said, I only did it because his doctor insisted that we both be vaccinated, and my heart doctor also insisted. So, what I went through was not worth it. It was not worth it. I probably would rather have had a COVID and took my chances there. But anyway, off that topic. I just wanted to do a brief update about what's going on here. It's every day is a new day. Every day is a new challenge. I think the anxiety is getting to both of us. I want to read something. Let me take a drink real quick. People that have serious illnesses, they do get depression. But on the topic of cancer and depression, there are other, I don't know what word I would use, there are other aspects to it. There are things that come to light during cancer treatment and during the cancer cancer, the journey, that come up in a list of depression symptoms that are odd to me. So let me read a few of them to you. Isolation. Now, how would you explain that? I mean, other than the fact that you really are isolated if you have cancer. You really are. You tend to stay away from other people, because if they would have, like, COVID, then you would tend to stay away from those type of people. You do tend to, and we have found ourselves staying in the house even after the COVID restrictions were lifted. We don't venture out much. So isolation is very real with cancer. Craving unhealthy food. Let me tell you about that. I'm on this healthy journey myself, and Clay's been riding it with me. Every cornball idea I get, he goes right along with it. And so we've been doing the smoothies. We do those every day. Sometimes I do too, just depending on my stomach. But he's doing all that with me. But he's also craving ice cream and cookies and potato chips. All the things that feed cancer. Now, try to figure that out, because cancer loves sugar. So, answer me this question. Is it actually Clay that's craving this? Or is it the cancer that's craving this? Good question, isn't it? Frustration. We dealt with that today. We deal with that quite often in this. Our internet went out. And I've spoke about he gets obsessed about certain things. Well, internet went out. It's not a big deal to me. I mean, I find other things to do, make a video. Not Clay. He couldn't let it go. He just could not. He got frustrated, and he came to me and he said, "What's that password?" I said, "What password?" He said, "The password for the router." I said, "The router doesn't have a password." I said, "The only password we have is for the internet and to get on our account." That didn't set well. Well, he had proceeded to take the entire cable system apart. We got to reset it. That's what's wrong. It needs to be reset. Well, the power had been out, and it was out briefly. The generator kicked in. He had heard fire trucks, so we assumed somebody hit a line or something, blah, blah, blah. Took it all apart. Wouldn't work. Cable came on, but the internet wouldn't work. And I said, sometimes, it's a little slow kicking in and catching up. So, might have to, wait. That is not in the vocabulary nowadays. Waiting is not in the vocabulary. I keep looking at the thing over here, and I'm supposed to be looking right there. So, if it looks like I'm looking at the distance, I am. Anyway, took it all apart, put it all back together, plugged it back in, and still wouldn't work. And I said, "Clay, you need to give it time." So So he proceeds to call the company, and they gave him a time frame of they would call by 1:30. Well, in the meantime, I came back here to start a video, and here he come. He said it's back on. I said, told you needed to wait. So frustration is very huge in this. Irritability goes along with that. Anger. Oh my Lord, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. You don't want to cross this man while he's dealing with this cancer. Just leave him alone. Unhappiness. Trouble focusing. That's a big one. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that one, because that's a huge issue daily with this. Tiredness, which we figured that out, that the tiredness was caused by the BCG and the fact that he does have cancer. So we kind of ignored that one, but the others are very real in cancer, and I know it's very real in most depressions, but it seems like they are more to the forefront. In cancer, we have figured out and found that in his cancer, those main ones that I read off to you are in the forefront constantly. They're there all the time, and he's on a happy pill. I want to also read about, and I think I covered this in one of my other videos, the last one or the one before, I can't remember, but I told you where it usually pops up. Well, I found this on the internet. It says UTUC, which is urothelial carcinoma, can occur anywhere from the inner linings of the kidney, down the ureter, in the bladder, and down the urethra. And this is from St. John's Cancer Institute, cancercenter.org, if you want to look it up. But that's pretty much what I had already said. But I continually research. We do it. We both do. Constantly. Something will trigger, and I'll pick up my phone and go look it up, because the more you know, the better the chances of survival. So survival in this cancer the rate is not good, but we know somebody that's more powerful than cancer. So we rely on that. We rely on our faith. We rely on friends to help us get through this. Family. He has special aunts. I call them special aunts because they are special. And they will text him and call and check on him. And they have no idea. Maxine and Gail, you have no idea. It means a lot to just have somebody call and say, hey, how are you feeling today? And he will always say, I'm good, I'm doing good, I'm doing well. And he's, like I said, he's lying through his teeth. He is lying through his teeth. And the standing joke now is, you look good. You look good. I watch him daily change colors. Of course, we're both in the sun, as you can tell, a lot out down here, working in the yard and whatnot. But some mornings he gets up and he's just as white as a ghost. And then through the day he might change to a gray color, and then he might flush up and his face will be bright red. And the eyes, I look in his eyes, and sometimes it's very hard to bear. And we're just stage 3. So I can't imagine what stage 4 would be like. I hope we never see stage 4. But it's a very unpredictable cancer, as I've well told you, that you can't predict it. You just can't. You might be going along, be bopping along, and then all of a sudden you're down. And you just wait. It's one of those things, and that's one of the things I hate the most about cancer is the waiting. We wait till September now. Unless something happens, something drastic happens, we won't see the doctor again until September, which is fine because we can plan things now. We can go to the beach. We can, do whatever we feel like doing, and we will if these storms ever go away. So, we are just, I think we're probably going to go to the beach next week one day. We both had, I've had our doctor appointments, and we both are clear until I get a gastro appointment, but we're clear now for 3 months to just do whatever we want, and by golly, we're going to do whatever we want, and enjoy it, enjoy these 3 months, and make the best of it. Like I said, my sister's coming. My sister and her husband are coming next month, and we're getting ready. Next week we're going to start ripping up carpet, and we're going to start getting things ready for them, their arrival. I get to go pick out new flooring, and it's great to have people in your family that are smart. It is. It's great, and it's great that they will, come and help us. So very appreciative, Leah and Morris. Thank you. Thank you. I try not to show my emotions, but I have them, just like everybody else. So I'm going to wrap this one up before I start the ball and jag, and I'm an ugly crier. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we are live and kicking down here in Florida, and the storm just passed, so taking it one day at a time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will catch you on the flip side. I have a new editing program that I'm going to play around with, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.